to the Cerritos City Council in March of 2005, Jim Edwards now serves as the mayor of the city of Cerritos. Jim has been a Cerritos resident for more than 30 years. Mayor Edwards enjoyed a long and successful career in the ABC Unified School District and recently retired as a teacher and administrator at Gahr High School. Mayor Edwards serves on the city's Auto Mall, Legislative, ABC Unified School District, and Performing Arts committees. He is the chairperson of the Budget, Finance, and Personnel Committee and is a council delegate on many city-related collaboratives. Most recently, the city has earned the title of All-American City, and Jim was quoted as saying, "The city of Cerritos is honored and delighted to be named an All-American City for its efforts to provide affordable senior housing, bridge the generations, and celebrate diversity." Jim and his wife, Connie, have a son and a daughter, Scott and Stacy. Mayor Edwards enjoys golfing, traveling, photography, and spending time with his 4 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to know the mayor of the city of Cerritos and honor the All-American City that has been received by the city of Cerritos. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Jim Edwards. Now, I bet you don't get music every time you walk into the council chambers over there at City Hall.
No, I don't. It's sometimes a different type of music.
Someone's got the radio on.
That's
or something
right.
Like
or
that.
Cell phones are ringing or something.
Oh, I bet. I bet it's a busy place.
It
is. You've been mayor for 3 years, if I did the math right?
Been on council for 3 years.
Okay.
And we rotate mayors. I began in March. And
okay.
It's a year term as mayor.
And so how many council members are there?
There's 5 council members.
And so the mayor is chosen from those 5 available council members, and it just kind of rotates through.
It rotates. Right now, there's the mayor and there's a mayor pro tem. Mayor pro tem will move up to mayor next year. There's
okay. And then do you kind of bump to the bottom of the pile?
Yes, I go back to the bottom. But that's still on the top, being on the council.
Now, is that kind of a different way of selecting a mayor than maybe most cities would do?
No, most of your small cities do it that way. Lakewood, Bellflower, Wine Gardens, Artesia are all chosen among their council people. The larger cities like Long Beach and, of course, Los Angeles,
sure.
You run for mayor, and that's a full-time paid position.
Right. Okay. Well, that seems to make sense, because then basically the citizens are voting for a collective group of people that they think will best run the city, and then within that group, everyone kind of gets a turn. So no one really, there's this giant power, Yeah. Good. Well, good. How have you enjoyed being mayor so far?
It's awesome. I'm the luckiest guy in Cerritos to be the mayor of Cerritos. Our city is so well respected. No matter where you go, if it's in state or out of state, and you're introduced as the mayor of Cerritos, it's a real special privilege to be the mayor of Cerritos. At least I feel it is. It's been awesome. Real busy.
Oh yeah,
but, that's what I signed up for, and it's been awesome.
Now, and I grew up in Cerritos, and went to Cerritos schools, ABC schools. So I feel a sense of pride in the award that's been won here, All-American City. I know that it's quite a big deal. Kind of talk to us about that process.
It's called the All-America City, and it's been around for 59 years. It's one of the most prestigious awards that's given to any city or community. Every year there are there's hundreds of cities that apply, and then a committee out of Colorado, it was the national committee, they go through all the applications, read the requirements of if they've met the requirements of what they're asking for, and they narrow it down to 16.
Oh wow.
16 cities. And then we went to Tampa, Florida this past June, and we had a 10-minute presentation to do. We had to tell them why our city and what aspects of our program we were giving them for being selected for All-America City. And then the judges picked 10 out of the 16. So 6 cities did not, well, they were there, but they didn't make it. It's kind of a sad thing for them, but just being in the 16 is an honor when you think about it. We were the only city on the West Coast.
Wow.
And there was nobody east
representing West Coast.
Yeah, we were the only city, and to be one of them has just been very prestigious for our city. Now,
when you get it down to the final 10, is that when they do the talent and swimsuit competition?
No, that's a good thing. Actually, I was on crutches.
Oh no!
We all took. There was 8 of us that went, and we presented our 10-minute presentation. Then they can ask you questions for 10 minutes, anything about your program. And it's changes you've made in your community that's made it a better place for your community.
Okay.
And our 3 areas that we improved, or projects that we submitted, was the Avalon, the senior assisted care. Yeah.
Is that the one that's right next to Cerritos College?
Right. It's in conjunction with Cerritos College and a developer and the city, and that's what made it so unique.
Because it was this collaboration.
It's collaboration of the 3, and actually with that, Cerritos College gets $350,000 a year from that because it's on their property.
Sure, wow.
And it's a great facility. Plus the students in the dental hygiene field, cosmetology field, they go over and they work with the residents at Avalon.
Excellent.
And so that was one of the programs. The other was our Festival of Friendship that we have in February in the mall. We had over 20 different groups that came out and talked about or showed their, kind of displayed their wares, the Taekwondo group and other dancing groups and things. And that was to bring our community together. As you know, we're 60% Asian in Cerritos. And so the diversity there with the Lanterns Festival is the second part. And then the third part was a SPICE program. And that stands for, seniors.
Got it, okay.
Seniors personally involved in childhood education or enrichment. And it's collaboration between Carver Elementary and our senior center, which is right next door to each other.
Right.
Where Carver Elementary is. And the seniors actually adopt kids.
Oh, wow.
And throughout the year, they become their pen pal, and they encourage them, send them letters and stuff. And at the end of the year, they have a huge barbecue luncheon together at the park. And so those are the 3 programs we submitted and that we presented to the judges in June at Tampa, Florida.
When did you get the news that Cerritos was an all-America city?
That was the following night. Everybody did their presentations. You had a certain time that you were allowed your presentation. You had a practice day the first day, and you ran through it, and they timed it, and they told you if you were too long, you couldn't be over the 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I bet they're very strict.
And then they didn't ask questions at the practice, of course. And then the next day we presented it, and then the following evening they have a banquet and a dinner, and they didn't do it in any certain order. They don't take it alphabetical. They read about the city, and you know if that's not yours, you didn't take. Yeah,
that's us. You know, right.
But being one of the 10 was really special. And
Oh,
I think
that's
you've probably
exciting.
seen the banners around town.
Oh, absolutely.
You have one of the pins.
I took one.
I'm wearing one
banner.
of the pins. Oh, you
Yeah,
took one of the banners?
Yeah, I did. You might know some of the city officials probably say, we're missing this one.
Missing one.
It's in my backyard, just so
Okay.
you know. I'll give it back.
Okay.
Well, yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. That's so cool. You had mentioned earlier something I kind of wanted to go back to. When you get around to, you know, functions within the state or even on a national level, do people really recognize the name Cerritos?
Yeah, they do.
Really? That's impressive to me.
One of the things that was really surprising, this past summer, we had dignitaries from Saudi Arabia and Denmark come just to see our library and our performing arts center. And our library a few years ago, the library was voted in Reader's Digest a few years ago as the best public library in the nation.
Yeah,
now that's not a county, that's a city run. Right. We completely run the library, our city. It's not with county funds.
Right.
And so many people, not only in the United States, but around the world have, especially our library, when you have dignitaries from high officials from Denmark and Saudi Arabia coming and basically to copy.
Yeah.
they want to look at our plant and see how they can build one.
They brought a big notebook,
yes,
I bet.
Yes, they did, yes.
Pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive. I know that people come from all over Southern California just to see the library.
We have about 3,000 people a day that go through the library every day.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been great to meet you and hear about the award and the whole process that came to. And so that's been great.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you folks at home, stick around because we've got more great stuff as always.